Hello, everybody. We are going to be talking about constructed response again. Today, you will be getting your last constructed response back, and you will be writing another one. So pay attention, because I'm going to be telling you some things that will make a difference in your score. All right, so your last constructed response was written on this prompt, the article about gamers and games, and you were answering this question. According to Jane McGonigal, why do gamers play games? So I'm going to give you just a second, look back over this, remind yourself of what this constructed response was about. Got it? Okay, let's move on. So this was your last constructed response. You were answering this question. A big part of what you used to write your constructed response was this. You should have this in your notebooks, using textual evidence to create a constructed response. Last time, we were really focusing on repeating the C and the E. And you know what? Almost everybody did a great job with that, so congratulations. Well done. Yay! We were really focusing on repeating the C and the E. So we start out with R and A, we use the question as part of the answer, and then we answer the question, probably same sentence, and then we provide text evidence and explain that text evidence. Almost everybody did this multiple times last time, and that is great. If you didn't, make sure you do it this time. We need to see at least 2 text citations. Quotations are the best. At least 2 text citations, and we need to see you explain those text citations. So really, your race constructed response goes R-A-C-E, C-E, C-E, repeat, citing the textual evidence and explaining it. Almost everybody did a good job. Keep that up. If you didn't do a good job on that last time, let's make sure we do it this time. Last time we also asked you to make sure that you focused on transitional expressions. Transitions. Oops, moved the wrong thing. Transitions. Transitions into your citations. The author says, for example, in the text states, you know what? There's never a reason for you to sit there staring at your paper, not quite sure how to get into that next part of your paper. Come back to this handout and look right here. Choose one of these. And then here are some transitions into, this says conclusion, but I'm going to change it right now, into your explanation. Could also be your conclusion, but these are transitions into the E. These are transitions into the E. This shows, this proves, these parts of the text show. All right, so remember to do R-A-C-E-C-E, at least 2 C-E's, and remember to use these transitional expressions. In a minute, you're going to get your constructed response back, and you either earned a 0, a 1, or a 2. And this is the criteria those scores are based on. This is the EOC, North Carolina rubric. So, remember what I taught you before you wrote last time. You can only earn full score, half credit, or no credit. So we've got to earn full score, because half or no, those just aren't acceptable. So we've got to do what we need to do to get a 2. And that means this: answer the question with a clear topic sentence, that's R and A, and cites the text with at least 2 pieces of text support, quotations are best, and analyze what the text says and explains the text support. And here is a very colorful example of what a constructed response might look like. And you know what? I took pieces of your actual answers to put this together. There was so much good stuff for me to use. So I took little bits and pieces of different people's answers and put them together. Let's just quickly look at how all of this comes from RACE, R-A-C-E. So we've got R here, according to Jane McGonigal, gamers play games. That comes straight from the prompt. And then A, because reality doesn't motivate us. And then in this case, C is also part of this first sentence because here's our first citation from the text, our first piece of text evidence. And then we've got E in purple, the part that explains the text citations. So I want you to hit pause right now, and I want you to look at these pieces together. R, A, C, and E. Read from the beginning, the word according, down to right here. Pause for a second and do that. Okay, and then notice we've got the transitions here. These come pretty much from the handout. And we've got two here highlighted in yellow. What that means is McGonigal also says that here this transition leads us into the next C in red and then more E in purple. Pause for just a minute and read over this paragraph. Okay, so today you'll be writing another constructed response, and we want everybody to understand this. On today's constructed response, you were only graded on the content. You were only graded on the content using this rubric, a 1, a 2, or unfortunately there were a few zeros, people who did not follow the RACE strategy. So on today's response that you're getting back, you only got scored on this. But going forward from today on, you'll be getting 2 grades on every constructed response. You'll get that content grade, which is again a 0, a 1, or a 2. But from now on, for grammar and clarity, grammar means spelling, punctuation, sentence structure. For grammar and for clarity, which means it has to make sense. We have to be able to follow your writing and understand what you're saying. So for grammar and clarity, from now on, you'll be getting 10 possible points. But I want to be really clear about this. That doesn't mean grammar and clarity count more. In fact, it counts a lot less than content, because content is a 1 is 50%, a 2 is 100%. Grammar and clarity, only 10 points. That's just a 10-point grade. So for every major mistake or for every problem with clarity, we'll take 1 point off from that. Okay, so you're going to be graded on both of those things today. In a few minutes, we'll be handing back your last constructed response so you can see how you did on that. And we'll be handing out a prompt for your next one. We want everybody to be using this handout as you write. Using this handout as you write. And make sure that when you get that prompt, this is going to be today's prompt, annotate on here. Read, annotate. Mark the things that you're going to use as quotations before you write. All right, so you're going to get those things today, and we want you to look over your last constructed response and then make sure that you take time to read and understand what you're supposed to write about today. Hope you have a great day today. Do some great writing. Have fun.